Hi guys, welcome to AngieBlog. I'm Angie, your host. Just wanted to give you some tips that every morning it's good to write your thank yous, your manifestations, what you wish to accomplish per day or per week. It's really helpful. Starting your morning with intention, with good intention and positive intentions, it will help you throughout your day, okay? So hope it helps. Also protecting your energy, mind, and this community, that nothing or evil intentions can might come here. So it is. Hello guys, welcome to Angie's blog. Good morning, good afternoon, good night, wherever you're watching this. Today is a beautiful day, sunny day. I just finished doing my meditation. I left the music on so you can still hear it. I'll put in the links below, so if you feel like having that vibe. So I was literally led here by spirit, like, oh, it's beautiful, let's see, because we've been planning, me and spirit, and angels and ancestors, how to communicate in a way that it kind of feels like it's a community kind of thing. So we came up with these piles, which have the 4 signs, right? It has air sign, water signs, fire, and earth. And they're different, okay? There's from different kind of, I don't know if it's personality or if it's kind of like they're in a movement or in a social justice kind of thing, or they are, they're doing something, okay? This is our community. So angels and ancestors wanted me to give them advice, give you guys advice. Well, use me as your messenger as usual. Welcome. Sorry, that was a long introduction, but yeah, that's another thing. It's just this week I wanted to create this kind of community because we're still in we're in this Scorpio, Capricorn, Venus, and Mars. It's a very intense energies. Trust me, that's why I'm been feeling it. Also, there's a kind of release of karmic situation, things that no longer serve you, release things that are not good for your mental health, working through stuff so this weekend I feel it too. It's a lot of people are in that sense yeah, we're working, we're doing these things, but also there's that sense of wait, there's also self-care, there's also time to mourn or grieve, time to balance our anger issues. That too, I've been getting I think it was yesterday, where I was just trying to, I'm watching this new show on Netflix. So, honestly, it's been a long time watching Netflix. That too, there's something that I don't know if you're experiencing that too, that you have this constant you have to be working all the time and you feel guilty if you don't. It's a weird thing, right? So that's something too where we have to come into realization that, this system created this kind of we are not entitled to rest. We are not entitled to take a day off. We are not entitled to take care of our mental health so we can be better people for others or do external things or whatever it is. At first, that's something that I'm realizing is we're not taught this stuff to understand that you're the person here first, and then you have to take care of that first, and then you can be that person for other people, that, whether that's mother, education, health person, and stuff like that. And if the system is not creating accommodation for that, then it is exploitation, right? It is slavery. It is still slavery, and we don't talk about this stuff. We also have that mental slavery as well, which is really hard to heal. And I'm just saying this to you guys, as I told you, I'm passing down lessons that I'm learning every single day. It's different, different experiences and stuff too. And that's what too is spirits write it down, that too. I'm encouraging you guys, if you have any ideas or anything, could be related to some improvement that the world can do, or I don't know, things that you could do creatively, or, you know, we all have a contribution here on this planet, and we all have little things that we can do. And you see, that's another thing where, like I told you guys, I'll do real talk and then we'll go into the readings. But it's something that is being on my mind, and I wanted to, in a meditation too, and I'm trying to put it in a way that people understand, so it's not like, oh, this person thinks she knows everything and stuff like that. It's not that, it's just I question everything also, but I don't know everything, you know, and that's something that I'm trying to like be like, you know, and that too, if you're feeling that too, that too, saying that a lot, that sense of like, you know, like inner doubts and stuff like that too is like, oh wow, it took me a long time to reach here, because that too, we're having like this self-doubt, self-thing, and that too, that's why Spirit is saying, like, you know, you're not the only one experiencing what you're experiencing, and the way how you heal or cope can actually help others. So I thought of that, I'm like, oh my god, that's okay, you know, and that's something that it makes me happy to do this. It makes me happy to also see, like, and hear people like, oh, it really helps me what you're doing and stuff like that. It feels really good, like, you know, it feels understood and valid. So I really appreciate it. Thank you so much, guys, for your messages. It's really beautiful. And that's what it helps me also continue, like, okay, it encourages. But other than that, I do my own ways. It's just that at least I know where, you know, things that could be better, where also I see hope is through like healing, but also working with Earth, like doing things with Earth and everyone in a way that benefits everyone, not just some, you know. And that's something that it's like continuously like, okay, this is something that I have to accept in order for other people eventually accept, and if not, then that's, you know, that's too bad. Because I mean, I think humanity, see, I can't even say it, tengo que decirlo en español, I have to say it in Spanish, see? My lineage comes out, because we know this from a very long time, it's in our bloods. Everyone deserves abundance, everyone deserves to have an equal and, you know, have healthier well-being and financial stability. Everything that everyone has, everyone it's entitled, actually, and deserving of those things. It's just that we've been doing this for so long that we have normalized this because it is shit, and we're supposed to be like accepting, but we know what they're doing, and we need to, it's like a lot of things are gonna change right now. Like, I feel that each of us have our own tower moments where we have to look within ourselves and say, okay, what can we do within our own spectrum, with our own control, and what can we let go that we cannot control anymore, and also that we can't let us keep us dragging us down and stuff like that, or preventing us from advancing in our life or doing something different, or believe in ourselves, have faith in ourselves and our projects and our things that we like to do. So that's something that I'm constantly like thinking about. So yeah, I've been seeing like in my dreams dolphins, and then this too, which means like community. I think there's a lot of focus right now that needs to be focused. It's in communities, combining communities, uniting communities, and, you know, combining our strength and looking at our weaknesses like strengths too, like, but really looking at them, but also assess ourselves too, like work on our healing so that we can communicate and not take things personally. Like, everybody has different perspective, different thoughts, different things. It's just the way it is, right? But at the end of the day, it's not just the way it is. It's just something that we have been conditioned and programmed, which is why education is so important. So education and community go together. Something that I experienced, they telling me they go together. They're like a yin yang kind of thing. So you have the education, and then you have the community to kind of force this, and then education also helps the community. So it's like a yin yang kind of thing. So I thought about that, and that's something like, you know, Spirit's like, you know, it is possible that's another thing I want to put out there. If you're in a community or something like that, like, it is possible. It's very possible. It's actually really, it can happen like this. What we all think in our minds that we want for the world or for anybody, for a person or for ourselves, it can happen like this. The thing is that we're so conditioned to not believe and have faith and work on this thing on a daily basis that, you know, we let negativity and things creep in, which is so easy to creep in, that it blocks that manifestation or that to come in. So that's something that I'm learning too, is like, wow, it's my thoughts too. Like, if you're not thinking in a way, you know, that it helps you progress, that it keeps you in a line, that it keeps you in that high vibe, even though sometimes, like, you know, it's not easy to be happy-go-lucky all the time, right? That's another thing, is like, it's like there is toxic positivity in a sense where we try to silence other people's suffering or like ignorance kind of thing. That one is a bit abusive, I find. But there's also the toxic positivity where a person needs to, for example, they're going through some fucked up shit and they can't control it, they can't, you know, but they're trying to, that's you looking for a good way out. Like, okay, no, I don't want to be in this situation. I don't want to be in this negative thing. I know that I don't deserve that. I know that I cannot be treated this way, or I know that this is not the right, like, you understand? That positivity is the one that I'm talking about. The one where even through the chaos, even through adversity and chaos, you still look for ways of finding the good through that, or being grateful through that lesson, or like, you understand? It's not that kind of positive, it's the one internal where you don't fall or crumble no matter what. You're like this rock, internal rock inside. Do you understand? That's a positivity that I feel like Spirit and God, I guess, is trying to show us. Like, there's that one, and it comes with hope, right? But also we have to be careful with hope. The problem with inequality and capitalism, right? And this is where they have used greenwashing to kind of take our hopes and make it look like it's something impossible, even though we are be able to make it possible within minutes. We know this. But that's another thing where I'm just gonna put it out there, like, don't stop believing, keep the faith, keep the good stuff, share good things and also bad things. That's another thing. It's like, you know, being creative and doing your own thing also helps. It helps you heal, okay? But if you're sharing fake stuff, that's another thing, guys. Like, this is the energy. This is Scorpio energy. Like, no BS. Just putting it out there. And that's something that I've been conscious as well, too. It's like, so you only show up on, like, when you're happy and when you're, you know, when you're in a good vibe. But when you're in a bad vibe, and you feel kind of weird to show people that, you know, you're not having a good time, that you're not, you understand? And that's something too. It's like, oh, nobody wants to hear that, nobody wants to see that. But it's like, yeah, but also, you know, you're not being authentic, because we're not these perfect beings that don't go through pain or suffer or, you know, go through really difficult things, you know? So we have to make it a little bit realistic about that. Right? I think so. I think we should be realistic about how we interact with each other and how we, you know, we treat each other. Yeah, sorry, I'm like in my pajamas. It was like really early. I've been waking up. How about you guys? Have you been waking up like really early? I mean, I've done it before because I have kids. So I usually, but now it's like more, now it's like, I cannot even, like, it's just, 5, 6. And that too is like, it's beautiful sometimes to be woken by Spirit too. It's like, good morning. You know, it's like, it's just nice. That too, it's just, I want to let you guys know that you're not alone. You're not alone in none of this, okay? And that too, if you feel alone that you don't have that family support or that, you know, kind of support, I think you should rely on Spirit. Whatever you believe Spirit is for you, okay? Or that soul, go back in. Like, there's something internal, like, you're not alone in this. Yes. That's what we're doing, right? We're trying to break it. See this lines, like, We're trying to break out, right? Break for the matrix. Seriously. Don't give up. That's another thing. It's like Spirit's like, do not give up. It's beautiful that we are doing this, that we're marching, that we're changing, we're trying to change things, that we're standing up for ourselves, that we're saying no to negative vampire leeches and karmic people. No. No is no. See, it feels so great. Say it. No is no. Gotta practice. Yeah. For the overgivers, yeah, we need to practice this. Anyways, that's what I wanted to say for real talk. And sorry about the camera. I don't know what's happening. I might have to change. It just keeps eating my SIM cards. Or it just keeps, I don't know. Something is happening. That's what I'm saying, guys. Anybody creative or doing anything, if you're starting something new, a business or something, make sure you pray for it first. Make sure you sage it. Make sure you create negative barrier blockages, divine, I find like creativity now, creation of any kind right now, depending of whatever you're trying to do. You see, I'm like newbie in this, I'm starting, but that's something that I always wanted to do, but I never had the courage to do so. But now it's like, Spirit's like, you have all the tools and all the things that you have, which I'm very grateful. Thank you guys so much for liking, commenting, and sharing my videos. And also, going through the website, looking at getting some items for yourself or listening to the podcast. It really means a lot to me. So thank you so, so much. I mean, because of you, I'm able to kind of, I'm building that dream that I always wanted to do, just to be of service, be a healer. But at the same time, also be creative, like a conscious creative, and and I'm glad that all of this is helping you. So thank you so much. Thank you so much. Love you. Okay. Other than that, we're gonna go into the readings. We're gonna use some tarots. We're gonna use some different oracle messages because I don't know, Spirit's like, I think they need it. So, and then we'll end it with one Earth Warrior Oracle, which I love this card. It's so beautiful. So, that's it. I think I'll end it one of each. Okay, they're saying one of each. We'll see. Wow. Okay, one of each. Okay, so now they're telling me is that there's two piles, okay? So I guess there will be like part one, part two. I guess I will be that person with the part one, part two of card readings. Oh my God. That too is, if you're in that path of like comparing yourself, doing comparison, don't do it. It ruins everything. It ruins creativity. It ruins the magic of like creating something new or being different. We're always so afraid of being different because we have to follow the norm. We feel like we have to be like the same in order to be accepted or validated in society and stuff like that. It's so much pressure. Yeah, so I hope this helped you and lets you remember that you do not need to conform to everything and everyone, what everyone is doing. Do you, boo? Be different. It's actually kind of nice. It's actually refreshing. Be different, okay? That's it. That's something that I'm like learning, and Spirit's like, okay, you're learning this. Like, yes, be different. That's what, look, I keep finding unicorns. I don't know if my daughters are kind of letting me know. Yes, be a unicorn. Unicorns are different. They're not, they're like the same horses. They're horses. They're beautiful, but they're different in their own sense. Like, I find like, I don't know. If they did exist, perhaps, maybe, don't know. That they're kind of like intuitive, like they're kind of magical. And I think that's so cool. So I think it's also reminding us that we're kind of magical. We're kind of really empathetic. We can be empathetic. We can be these kind of people that we want to be. And we can let go of old conditioning, old beliefs and horrible things and toxic things and abusive things that we normalize. Like, that's what it is. It takes so much work though, but it's doable. It can be done, okay? All right. I think we should get into the reading now. Thank you for liking, subscribing, and see you in your pile. Okay, wait. The pile, the first pile, oh yes, is the pile that we're using for today is by Kenzie Studio. You can see it. I love her stuff. She has really cool designs and stuff. So I'm gonna leave her link below, her Instagram, so you can go support her. She's a mommy and she's great. And I love her work. So that was the first pile. The second pile. I know. Isn't it nice? It is nice. Okay, so there's going to be messages for earth signs in each pile, okay? So I'm gonna try to see how I'm gonna edit this, but Spirit's like letting me know it's gonna help me out. So I'll figure something out. So if you see this, it's because I figured out how to edit it, but other than that, let's see what the magic takes us. I'm doing completely something that I've never done and is in the unknown. So let's jump right in. Another thing is that I'm probably gonna resume from doing too many videos because I'm trying to finish a book and e-courses, okay? So it's gonna be a period where I'm not gonna be here that many times because I'm gonna be in that hermit mode, which is why that's why I'm trying to leave as much healing messages as I can so that you can have something until I come back, okay? But other than that, I think I'm gonna use this month and probably December a little bit, focusing on things that I want to finish, that I started and I didn't finish, and I don't know why. And I'm just wondering, like, I mean, I know why, because I'm, working on growing this channel, working on my things and stuff like that, working on my children, not working on my children, but, being a conscious parent, like healing aspect, that too, healing it's work too. It's really work, okay? And it's intense, especially when you're going through a spiritual awakening and going through ego death and stuff like that. And that too, that's something that I wanted to leave out there for people to know, because Spirit wanted me to let you guys know. There is an ascension period for soulmates and twin flames, but it cannot, there's a saying that it can happen for them if they're not together. So I have a feeling that also that's what they're trying to tell me as well, is that actually can happen without them being in their bond. Because sometimes people will choose a different path than they know their mission, they know what they have to do, especially if they're connected to the person or whatever. So some people can actually ascend before the other person, okay? It turns out that, they're lessons, they're like tests, right? That the universe, God creates, right? For these specific individuals. And when those things are not met, for example, they're choosing demonic thing, they're using karmic, they're addicted, their addictions are greedy, they want, just addicted to money and stuff like that. Like they're really, and they share their energy and they're always with different partners and stuff like that. And unfortunately, that's the karmic cycle that everyone, they all have karmic debt. Everyone has karmic debt, right? So that's why when some people, ascend because they have passed those karmic debt, they have, learned their lesson and they're not repeating those lessons, and they're already in that stage. Some of those couples cannot have that yet. They still, they will choose their own path until, Spirit, divine is okay, that's it. Usually happens when they have a tower moment or something we all go through tower moments, but it's for our greatest good, okay? It's for, even if as bad and shitty as it feels like when you're in it, it really is for our greatest good, okay? So that's what I don't know, I felt like I wanted to say that there's people that could ascend, not necessarily to the highest level, let's say, but to an extent where they can continue their mission and their purpose without the kind of like energetically pull of the other person who is not even there yet. Do you understand? Who's not there yet, which is okay. Like that's their, you know, they have to finish their whatever they have with their life in order for them to align with you. Like that's something that I'm, you know, seeing it now. Like, okay, you know, you can align when you cannot align, and you can't force it, you can't control it, you have to let go of control. Like you have to completely surrender to this type of work. Okay, and that's another thing is like, as I'm learning this, like what is happening, twin flame soulmates kind of thing, is and also like learning with my cards is like, it's very complicated. It's very, and it's not meant to be like the usual couple kind of thing that you see every day. Like it's really, these people are different, and there's a reason why they're different. There's a reason why their karmic debt and their lessons and stuff like that is really like but it's to help them evolve. It's to help them to know their self-worth and be able to be, you know, those people that are meant to be, you know, healers, light workers, empaths, psychic, shamans, even I see also like, I see doctors, like doctors that have turned, like they completely decolonized their mindset and perspective and have decided, you know what, I think we're gonna introduce more holistic and spirituality into my practice and see where that goes, and see how can I do this without the knowledge of other systems and other organizations. Just what it is. And then they discover that their life purpose is much more fulfilling, much more better, and also it helps people better. It keeps them healthier better, prevents them from going so much to the doctor all the time for every little thing. And then also they don't depend only on that, like, okay, because that too is like a doctor's like, okay, if everyone is healthy, then what's my job? Well, there's plenty of things that you could do. Lots of it. Perhaps, you know, you can start a campaign or something to help about climate change, create, I don't know, maybe your hospital can have like, you can start your own, you know, let's start a circular economy in here. Let's start sustainability in here. Let's see how we can, I know people are like, no, you can't because there's so much plastic and well, there's some shift there. They can change. We have to change. Each organization and department has to shift. But other than that, see, I get out of track. What I'm saying is that it's okay if people are still, you know, they don't understand. They don't know that their own actions and things can keep them in that loop. And also, they're easy prey for the devil to kind of like persuade them. And then, you know, if they're normalizing addiction, toxic thing, karmic things, negative thing, projecting to people and stuff like that, like, that's what it produces, and it just continued going. And that's another thing. That's what, like, you know, healers are trying to tell you, like, you know, the more you deny oppression, the more you deny yourself, you deny what's happening, you deny other people, you deny circumstances, you ignore also the red flags from people and things, situations, like, it all comes into, you know, full circle. You know, in a really fucked up way, but it's up to us. That's where, you know, you look through and see, okay, where can I find the good through the bad? Where can I see the good through the chaos and stuff like that? So that's what I'm working on a book about this and see how can I make the writing in a way to make people feel empowered and good through adversity, and also be creative in their own kind of way. So that's what I've been working on. So that too, that's why I'm saying I'm taking a little pause. And if I come back, it's because, you know, Spirit is like, no, you have to come back. Or maybe I'll do some more lives. I'm gonna see if it works, so that I wait less editing time, so that way I can focus on other things, which is a lot that I'm focusing on. But anyways, let's get into the reading, guys. That's what I wanted to say out there. It's okay to ascend, to, you know, that too, that it could be people in this community where they're going through their spiritual awakening, ego death, and they're really trying to seek, like, you know, they're having this association kind of identity too, because I know it happens. I've been through it, okay? And it's really scary. in your mind, because you see everything as it like it is, and you're just like, what the you know what I'm saying? Like, and then who's gonna pay? But you know, and then it happens, like you're just like, did I waste my time? Did I do all that for nothing? Like like, you know, you have all this internal questions. So that's what I'm saying, like, guys, if you're going through some really deep stuff, okay, really soul, like something's consuming your soul, please seek help, okay? Go see someone, have some, I don't know, therapy, someone, okay? Don't keep bottling or repressing things that are eating your soul, okay? That's also something that the system benefits from, okay? Because that creates sicknesses. When you repress, when you keep things in your, you know, when you're in a low vibration, it creates sicknesses in your body, okay? So please, please, please heal, go talk to somebody. It's okay. Don't let the system thing make you, or anybody make you feel any type of way that you take therapy, that you go to heal, that you need to work on yourself, that you say no to other people, negative thing, whatever. It's not good for your mental health. Take care of yourself, okay? Your heart is a priority right now. I said, Scorpio. You know? Take care of your heart. Heal your heart. This is very difficult, what's happening in the world, what we're going through. We're still in a pandemic, and knowing that they've been lying to us, and then, you know, it's not easy to deal with this, okay? So let's be gentle with ourselves, with other people, with our planet, y'all. Like, when we meditate or pray or ground yourself, like, talk to Earth, like, you know, tell her good things. Just like we talk to God, or we talk to anything, a spirit or divine, whatever that is, okay? You're connected to everything. And whatever thing that you do matters, okay? Even your thoughts. When you're in that thought mindset, that too, I catch myself and I'm like, nope. Catch myself in a negative thought. No, thank you, bye. I acknowledge, I'm like, okay, okay. Next. It's hard. It's not easy. You know, your mind is, it's work, okay? So that too is like, don't let nobody project their insecurities or let you feel or think that, you know, you taking care of yourself and taking time out and having your alone time and being like, you know, it has to be respected, okay? So that's it. That's what I wanted to say. Okay, let's get into the reading. All right. Hello, part one, pile one. I hope you're doing good. I'm feeling this beautiful energy from this pile that all I want to do is like, oh my God, I just want to say what I want to say, and then go outside and be in nature and enjoy, you know, time with other people and stuff like that. So I don't know if this is the energy that you're feeling lately, then this pile is for you. Now I'm going to show you 4 different piles, air, and then I'll show you the picture with the signs, and then you, whichever calls to you, obviously your sign, but it doesn't have to. Like sometimes, like I like to look at my moonrise sometimes, my Libra, because, you know, moonrise, it helps us see what we don't usually like to see, kind of thing, or usually don't want to face within ourselves. And this is where the shadow work and inner work happens. It's so looking at our moonrise, because, you know, sunrise is their ego or things that, you know, and I feel like this is also definitely a sunrise for sure. So if your ascendant or sunrise is of any other signs, then that pile is for you, okay? That message is for you. Other than that, I'm feeling this immense amount of joy and abundance and just like stability, like balance, justice, change, which is so beautiful. So it's just interesting that you picked this pile, and also, like, you know, the sunrise is just illuminating to this pile. So I feel like this pile is gonna have different shifts within our collective consciousness, which is actually really beautiful. So
if you're somebody who is very spiritual or very, but you don't have to be. You could be someone that is learning about new things, learning about, you know, how to nurture yourself, how to heal yourself, and then also how to be, you know, there for others and your families and stuff like that. Like what we're going now is a different transition and transformation. So anyways, the point of this is also like helping you guys in sort of like a guide to your path, and you know, maybe for reassurance that you're going on the right path, or maybe for something that, you know, needs some healing or that needs some changing. So if anything of this stuff triggers you, these are stuff that needs to heal, okay? And if it doesn't resonate, it doesn't. You just let that go, okay? So that's another thing, is that maybe perhaps the message could be later in the future that you know, you're seeing and you're like, oh my God, like, why am I looking at this and stuff like that? Or it could be something that, you know, it's just whatever happens within your life or your energy. I'm just tapping into that energy, and then divine and ancestors are helping us heal in a way, so that we can have, you know, this conscious creativity, conscious creation that we're trying to heal within ourselves, so that way we can manifest that in our outside world, okay? There's different psychic, intuitive, there's different tarot readers. Like, I encourage you to also look at other ones just to learn about discernment, but be careful, because you can get really addictive, because some of them are so good and so psychic and so amazing, but also could be really healing when they, you know, they really get you, they really understand you. So I really encourage others to, you know, it's kind of learning to use discernment to see like, okay, what resonates, what doesn't, by looking at different tarot and oracle readers, okay? All right, enough of that. Let's see what's happening. All right, so thank you, Spirit, for letting us let us come through your messages. Thank you, Spirit, for protecting us. Anybody, may all bad intentions and evil malignant things come into this reading, into this community, into this space, may be sent back to its center 10 times full, and so it is. Thank you for your protection. Thank you, angels and ancestors and divine, for these messages. We appreciate it. We are very grateful. May all these messages help those these signs relate to. May help them heal. May they help them find peace, abundance, and love. And so it is.